They told you nuts are a superfood, packed with protein and heart-healthy fats. But if you're over 60, that advice could be quietly sabotaging your health right now. I've seen patients in my clinic, vibrant seniors like you, struggle with soaring blood pressure, fading memory, even kidney strain, all while eating nuts daily. This is because not all nuts are your allies after 60. Some are ticking time bombs in your pantry. I'm Dr. Lauren Tate. For 25 years, I've specialized in helping seniors reclaim their energy, sharpen their minds, and restore vitality. Here's the truth. No one tells you. Food is either medicine or poison. The right choices rebuild your body. The wrong ones, they chip away at your health, bite by bite. Today, you'll get crystal clear guidance. I'll reveal 4 nuts you must avoid, the ones linked to inflammation, medication risks, and heart strain, and 4 powerhouse nuts you need instead. These aren't just snacks. They're nature's prescription for better circulation, balanced blood sugar, brain protection, and deep sleep. And I'll expose the single most dangerous nut tied to memory fog and liver stress. It's likely sitting in your kitchen right now. This is tailored science for your body after 60. If you're ready to take control, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Every week, we decode senior health myths. Before we dive in, type 1 below if this resonates with you, or 0 if you're skeptical. Your health deserves this clarity. Let's begin. Nut 1, Brazil nuts. Let's start with a nut that's not just healthy, it can change your life after 60. It did for Frank, a retired bus driver from Chicago. He walked into my clinic worn out and mentally foggy. After decades of demanding shifts, he expected fatigue, but his energy felt gone for good. He tried powders, pills, and trendy diets with no change. Lab results revealed the culprit: severe selenium deficiency. Few men over 60 know this mineral governs more than just your immune system. I prescribed 1 Brazil nut a day. No complicated regimen, no extra pills. In just 2 weeks, Frank returned with a brighter complexion, sharper eyes, and a spring in his step. "Doc, I don't know what's in that nut," he laughed, "but I feel alive again." A single Brazil nut delivers over 130% of your daily selenium needs in a form your body absorbs easily. That selenium activates thyroid hormones that regulate metabolism, lift mood, sharpen memory, and fight stubborn weight gain. When your thyroid slows, your energy tanks, and even simple tasks feel uphill. Selenium plays another vital role: testosterone production. For men over 60, natural testosterone levels dip, sapping libido, strength, and drive. These nuts support healthy hormone balance, boosting your bedroom vitality, motivation, and quality of sleep without drugs or risky supplements. Brazil nuts do more than boost energy. They feed the myelin sheath, the fatty insulation around your nerves that keeps reflexes crisp, movement smooth, and that vital link between brain and body unbroken. When myelin degrades, tasks like rising from a chair or gripping the steering wheel feel tougher, and your thinking can slow. A single Brazil nut brings the healthy fats and selenium your body needs to rebuild and protect that sheath, so you stay quick on your feet and sharp of mind. More isn't always better. Excess selenium leads to toxicity. Symptoms like nausea, fatigue, and brittle nails can sneak up fast. Follow my recommendation: 1 to 2 Brazil nuts a day. Store them in the fridge, ideally in their shells, to lock in freshness and chew each nut thoroughly to unlock its full benefits. A tiny daily ritual delivers massive returns. Skip the pills. Trust nature's wisdom. If 1 single nut can awaken your thyroid, recharge your testosterone, and shield your nerves, imagine what the next superfood could do. Nut almonds. You settle into your favorite chair, savoring that familiar crunch and subtle sweetness of an almond. Years ago, my father performed the same ritual. Tea by the window, a small bowl of almonds at his side. "These little things keep me sharp, son," he told me. I chalked it up to his quirky habit. Now, research proves his instinct. Those nuts pack real protective power. Almonds function as a daily defense system for seniors. They support 2 critical pillars of aging health: your bones and your brain. After 60, bone density can plummet, opening the door to dangerous falls, slow-healing fractures, and creepy mobility loss. A quarter cup of almonds supplies about 100 milligrams of calcium and roughly 80 milligrams of magnesium. That magnesium plays traffic controller, steering calcium straight into your bones rather than letting it stiffen your arteries. Hardly any other snack offers that natural calcium plus magnesium combo, making almonds a simple habit with big impact on your skeletal strength. To get the full benefits of almonds, you don't need to overdo it. Each morning, as you pour tea, a small handful of 10 to 15 almonds can set the tone for stronger bones and clearer thinking. Choose raw or dry roasted, unsalted almonds. Chew each nut thoroughly to unlock its full nutrients. If chewing strains your teeth, soak almonds in water overnight to soften them and ease digestion. Turn almond time into a daily ceremony. Keep a small dish by your favorite chair, pause before you eat, and focus on each crunchy bite. This simple ritual fuels your bones and brain while inviting a moment of calm and presence. These easy steps deliver lasting mobility, sharper memory, and everyday comfort. You're not just eating a nut, you're investing in your future mobility, clarity, and dignity. Next up is a nut that looks almost exactly like your brain, and that's not a coincidence. It's been shown to enhance memory, improve blood flow, and even help you sleep better. Nut 3. Walnuts. Your brain's ally. Arnold, a retired football coach in his 70s, spends mornings by the window lost in thought. Since his wife passed, he's battled creeping forgetfulness and that hollow ache of grief. One day he reached for a jar of walnuts on his counter. I read, "They're good for the brain," he told me, gently tapping their brain-like curves. His quiet determination to fight back resonated with every senior facing memory lapses and heartache. That resemblance isn't a coincidence. Each walnut's folds mirror your cerebral cortex, signaling a natural partnership between this nut and your mind. Walnuts rank among the richest plant sources of omega-3 in the form of alpha-linolenic acid, ELA. Your brain relies on these fats to build and repair cell membranes and strengthen connections between neurons. As neuron communication falters with age, ELA helps preserve mental clarity and protects against the fog that steals laughter and conversation. The skin of each walnut carries potent polyphenols that cross the blood-brain barrier. These antioxidants quell neuroinflammation, a hidden driver of cognitive decline and Alzheimer's risk. By neutralizing oxidative stress, polyphenols keep your brain cells resilient so you stay engaged in life's details. A Journal of Nutrition study found that seniors who ate about 1.5 ounces of walnuts daily for 7 weeks gained measurable benefits, faster processing speed, and greater mental flexibility. Participants reported recalling names and punchlines more easily, proving these nuts translate lab results into everyday victories. As darkness settles and your mind churns, falling asleep grows tougher with age. Walnuts deliver natural melatonin right in their oils. Seniors produce less of this key sleep hormone, leading to restless nights and groggy mornings. A small handful of walnuts in the evening can help you drift off faster and wake up feeling restored. Aim for 7 to 9 walnut halves each day. Store them in the refrigerator to protect their delicate oils from heat and light. Don't peel off the bitter skin. That's where powerful antioxidants hide, giving you a little kick of protection with every bite. Arnold still reaches for his evening walnuts. He tells me his memory feels sharper, his focus steadier, and his sense of self more alive. Progress comes slowly, but each nut quietly shields your most precious asset, your mind. Coming up is a nut that most people overlook, but that powers 3 critical functions: healthy blood pressure, sharp vision, and balanced blood sugar. Nut 4. Pistachios, a grandfather's secret to a steady heart and bright sight. When I recall my grandfather's routine, he'd settle in his old armchair each afternoon with a wooden bowl of pistachios. I thought his simple habit. Now I recognize his wisdom. That daily handful offered more than flavor. It shielded his arteries and sharpened his vision through every season of life. Pistachios rarely make headlines, like kale or berries, but for you over 60, they belong among the most underrated superfoods you can snack on. Their nutrients target 2 of your biggest concerns: managing blood pressure and protecting eyesight. In every ounce of pistachios, roughly 48 nuts, you get about 289 milligrams of potassium. That level surpasses many fruits and vegetables and relaxes your arterial walls. When salt sensitivity and stiffness drive your numbers up, these green gems help you lower hypertension naturally, without a prescription. Turning to your eyes, pistachios deliver lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 powerful carotenoids that collect in your retina. They act as a built-in blue light filter, slowing the progression of age-related macular degeneration. While most senior health advice centers on pills, these nuts quietly preserve the vibrant world you see, helping you read morning headlines or recognize a friend's face from across the room. When afternoon slumps hit, pistachios step in to stabilize your blood sugar without the crash.
Each ounce delivers about 3 grams of fiber and a naturally low glycemic index that slows digestion and levels out insulin spikes. If you face prediabetes or diabetes, swapping a handful of pistachios for processed sweets help you curb cravings and maintain steady glucose, all without sacrificing flavor. Shelling pistachios turns mindless munching into a calming ritual. The act of cracking each shell forces you to slow down, recognize fullness, and track portions without counting calories. That simple pause can lower stress and transform snacking into a moment of presence rather than an impulse. Aim for roughly 1 ounce, about 40 to 50 pistachios each day. Opt for unsalted or lightly salted varieties to keep sodium in check. If arthritis stiffens your fingers, look for pistachios that open naturally. They save effort while delivering the same benefits. Keep them in a sealed container at room temperature or in the fridge for freshness. Pistachios deliver nutrient density, satisfying crunch, and therapeutic value across key health areas: blood pressure, vision, blood sugar, and mindful control. By making these green gems a daily habit, you take charge of your heart, your eyes, and your energy, empowering you to enjoy every moment with confidence and clarity. While those 4 nuts can significantly boost your health after 60, not all nuts are your friends. Some may look harmless, even healthy, but beneath the surface, they're quietly working against you. They can trigger inflammation, elevate your blood pressure, disrupt your medications, and even cloud your memory with brain fog. You deserve to know which ones are doing the damage, and in the next section, I'll reveal the specific nuts you should avoid and the surprising reasons why they could be silently sabotaging your well-being. Nut 1. Peanuts. James served in Iraq and still carries himself with that soldier's steady gaze. At 72, he stays active, but lately joint pain and chronic fatigue have slowed him down. His blood pressure climbed too, despite every pill his doctor prescribed. He chalked it up to age until he asked, "Peanuts are healthy, right?" Peanuts aren't true nuts. They're legumes, cousins to beans, lentils, developing underground instead of on trees. This distinction matters because those damp growing conditions leave peanuts prone to harmful contaminants. Peanuts harbor aflatoxins, invisible mold byproducts that slip past sight, smell, and taste. Over time, these toxins strain your liver, weaken your immune defenses, and even raise cancer risk. Your liver detox processes slow naturally with age, so everyday servings of peanuts can tip the scales against you. Even if you tolerate peanuts perfectly, they can provoke low-grade inflammation that builds quietly. That flare-up intensifies arthritis pain in joints, adds stress to your cardiovascular system, and clouds your thinking. This slow burn of inflammation hits hardest when you already battle stiffness or mental fog. Most grocery store peanuts come roasted and salted. Just a small handful can deliver more sodium than your heart can handle. Over 60% of adults over 65 struggle with hypertension. Every extra milligram of salt undermines the work you do to protect your heart. Every morning, James spread creamy peanut butter on his toast, believing he'd chosen a wholesome habit. That jar often hides hydrogenated oils and added sugars, substances your liver and metabolism don't need. Even all natural labels can mislead you. Peanuts flood your diet with omega-6 fatty acids, tipping the balance away from anti-inflammatory omega-3s and stoking hidden inflammation. When omega-6 levels climb unchecked, circulation grows sluggish, memory falters, and your body's resilience erodes. These shifts sneak up on you, adding strain to your heart and brain just when you need them strongest. Peanuts contain compounds that interfere with vitamin K absorption. If you're on blood thinners, this can throw off dosage and increase bleeding risk. Managing multiple medications already challenges many seniors. Peanuts can make that tightrope even more perilous. You don't need to panic over an occasional handful, but daily peanut snacks after 60 demand a second look. Your body's tolerance changes, and what once fueled you may now be undermining your health. Stay with me for the next nut to avoid, a popular snack that spikes blood sugar, boosts kidney stone risk, hinders digestion, and even poses a choking hazard for seniors. It proves that even familiar favorites can carry unexpected dangers. Nut 2. Cashews. Tracy, a 74-year-old grandmother, fills her kitchen with the aroma of fresh-baked cookies for her grandkids, yet drags through afternoons. She wakes with stomach discomfort and faces sudden blood sugar spikes 3 times a week. Cashews popped up everywhere in her diet, snacks on the go, steered into smoothies, and sprinkled on granola bars. She told me with a hopeful smile, "They're good for you, right?" Cashews carry a healthy food reputation thanks to their creamy texture and mild flavor, but looks can be deceiving for anyone over 60. Packed into every health-branded product, they promise nutrition while hiding a secret risk to your metabolism. Each ounce of cashews delivers about 9 grams of carbohydrates, unusually high for a tree nut. That carb load triggers notable glycemic impact, sending your glucose soaring after every handful. Around a quarter of seniors manage diabetes, and nearly half fall into the pre-diabetic range. Repeated sugar surges leave you fatigued, foggy, and accelerate damage to blood vessels and nerves before you even notice the harm. The story with cashews doesn't end at carbohydrates. For seniors, the risks go deeper, and they often go unnoticed until symptoms begin to stack up. Let's start with something most people have never heard of: oxalates. Cashews are rich in these naturally occurring compounds. Oxalates bind tightly to minerals in your gut, especially calcium. That means the more cashews you eat, the more calcium slips through your system without being absorbed. For those already concerned about bone strength or at risk of osteoporosis, this matters. Calcium is critical not just for your bones, but for your nerves and muscle function. And if oxalates are constantly interfering, even a calcium-rich diet can fall short. And it doesn't stop there. Oxalates don't just rob your bones. In excess, they begin to collect, and one of the first places they settle is in your kidneys. Over time, this buildup can lead to kidney stone formation, painful, dangerous, and often entirely preventable. Many seniors experience recurring urinary discomfort, and few ever link it back to their food choices, let alone their go-to snack. Now let's talk about something less obvious, but just as serious: choking. Cashews are smooth, curved, and soft enough to chew into a paste. But for many seniors, swallowing isn't as easy as it used to be. Age-related changes in the swallowing reflex increase the risk of food going down the wrong way. Cashews, because of their shape and texture, are among the top nuts involved in choking incidents. That creamy consistency feels comforting, but it can easily become lodged in the throat, especially when eaten quickly or without fluids. And here's one more layer most don't expect: toxicity. In raw cashews. Raw cashews contain urushiol, the same toxic compound found in poison ivy. That's why all cashews sold in stores are steamed or heat treated. The problem: this high heat processing strips them of many of their natural nutrients.
What you're left with is a highly processed, low-nutrient snack that doesn't support your health the way whole foods should. Cashews may taste good, but beneath that soft bite lies a handful of risks: blood sugar spikes, mineral depletion, kidney strain, choking danger, and reduced nutrient content. If they're in your pantry now, consider swapping them for better options. Almonds and walnuts, for example, offer stronger nutritional value, better omega balance, and fewer hidden risks for seniors. Now meet Joe, a disciplined 72-year-old retired physicist. Always methodical, always in control. But something's been bothering him. His waistline has slowly crept up, his blood pressure is rising, and after dinner, he finds himself nodding off in front of the TV. His daily treat? A small bowl of macadamia nuts. They're supposed to be heart healthy, right? Macadamias feel like the ultimate healthy indulgence: rich, buttery, and smooth enough to melt on your tongue. You spot them in upscale health food stores, hear influencers praise their superfood status, and assume a handful equals self-care. Yet, that small taste of luxury carries a hidden calorie bomb. 1 ounce of macadamia, about a dozen nuts, packs nearly 200 calories and 22 grams of fat. Your metabolism slows naturally after 60, and activity often dips. A mini meal's worth of calories, without fullness, leads to subtle, steady weight gain that slips under the radar until your jeans fit tighter and your scale inches up. Beyond the calorie count, macadamias contain about 3 grams of saturated fat per ounce. Those fats raise LDL cholesterol, adding strain to an aging heart. If you've worked hard to manage your blood pressure and lipids, this quiet source of unhealthy fat can erase weeks of progress. Many older adults develop silent gallstones that flare only intermittently. That high fat load in macadamias can trigger a gallbladder attack, sharp pain, nausea, and sometimes emergency hospital visits. I've seen seniors ignore mild discomfort until a single handful of these nuts lands them in surgery. You savor a handful of buttery macadamia, but their density can crack crowns, fracture bridges, and jolt sensitive teeth, turning a simple snack into a painful dental bill. Seniors with even minor dental work risk chipping or loosening restorations, leading to costly visits and unpleasant discomfort. Macadamias feel like a harmless treat, yet they're hidden threats, from silent weight gain to gallbladder stress and now oral damage. Build slowly but leave lasting effects on your health. At this point, cautious avoidance or strict portion control makes more sense than risking irreversible harm. Up next is a nut so small and oily, it slips under most radars. It can meddle with your medications, twist your sense of taste, and even trigger dangerous weight loss in older adults. Not one, pine nuts.
Rose, a thoughtful 79-year-old retired physicist who tracks every vitamin and strolls daily, began noticing something unsettling. Her morning coffee left a sharp metallic edge on her tongue. Water tasted off, and each meal felt tainted. Doctors checked her meds, digestion, and hydration. Everything looked normal. The clue came when she mentioned the homemade pesto she'd been stirring into pasta. That batch boasted extra pine nuts. This curious condition has a name: pine melt syndrome. Certain pine nuts carry compounds that trigger a bitter metallic taste distortion lasting anywhere from a few days up to 2 weeks. It doesn't harm you directly, but for seniors, the impact goes deeper. When everything tastes wrong, you eat less and sip less water. Over time, that leads to unintended weight loss, dehydration, and nutrient gaps, risks that can spiral into frailty or even hospitalization. Your sense of taste serves as a frontline guard for your nutrition. When it falters, your health follows. Beyond taste, pine nuts harbor hidden medication risks. Compounds in them can interfere with liver enzymes that break down prescription drugs. If you rely on blood pressure pills, cholesterol medications, or mood stabilizers, pine nuts may blunt their effects or intensify side effects unexpectedly. Most seniors never hear this warning, and researchers are only beginning to understand the full extent of these interactions. Keeping your medications steady matters more now than ever. Beyond that bitter aftertaste, pine nuts harbor delicate polyunsaturated fats prone to oxidation. If they sit too long on your shelf or endure improper storage, those oils break down and feed inflammation rather than quench it. For seniors managing arthritis, joint pain, or metabolic syndrome, oxidized fats worsen stiffness and discomfort. You may not spot them tucked into baked goods, sauces, or pesto, but each bite can add to the inflammation you work so hard to control. Pine nuts slip easily from your fork and through your throat. Their smooth, oily shells become a hidden hazard when dry mouth, a side effect of many medications, and slower swallowing reflexes enter the picture. Inhaling a single pine nut can trigger aspiration or a choking episode in seconds, turning a harmless snack into a medical emergency. Taste distortion, medication interactions, inflammation, and choking risks all point in one direction. Pine nuts don't belong in a senior's pantry. Choose safer nuts like almonds, walnuts, and pistachios that deliver real benefits without hidden dangers. Your meals should nourish and protect, never threaten your health or your well-being. Let's bring this home today. You learned exactly which nuts protect your vitality after 60 and which ones secretly undermine it. Choosing Brazil nuts, almonds, walnuts, and pistachios actively shield your heart, sharpen your mind, fuel your energy, and support restful sleep. Swapping out peanuts, cashews, macadamia, and pine nuts cuts inflammation, prevents medication clashes, and stabilizes your blood sugar. I've spent decades guiding patients in their 60s, 70s, and beyond. Here's what I know. Aging doesn't break you down. Your daily habits do. Those small choices, like what nut you grab from the pantry, either fortify you or quietly drain you. Your body responds differently to food after 60. What fueled you at 40 might now trigger fatigue or hidden damage, but that power also works in reverse. Make the right choice, and your body answers with strength. Take Meggie. She started eating one Brazil nut daily. Within weeks, her energy returned. No more afternoon slumps. Or John. He swapped peanuts for pistachios. His blood pressure dropped, letting him reduce one medication. Simple shifts, real results. Your body is still listening. It's still ready to heal. Before you snack today, pause. Remember this list. Choose one swap. Maybe walnuts instead of macadamia tomorrow morning. Perfection isn't the goal. Consistency is. Health isn't just numbers on a chart. It's steady hands, a clear mind, the energy to play with grandkids, and the confidence to feel fully alive. I'm Dr. Lauren Tate. You're not too old to feel strong. Not too late to reclaim your energy and clarity. Start with these nuts. Give your body the right tools and watch it thrive. Your health story is still being written.